Hi, welcome back to this series about pregnancy tips, and today I'm going to talk to you about the importance of the diet. Uh, I think we have the misconception that we have to eat for two when we are pregnant. That has been around for so many years, but that we really think this. And as a result, we can gain a lot of weight, and this means our babies are going to be bigger as well. When we control our diet, what we eat, we can control of the weight of our child, and uh, and as a result have an easier birth. And sometimes we, at the end of the pregnancy, we are not able even to put our shoes or going up the stairs without getting really tired. And this is because we are not fit enough, and that means we won't be fit to have a gentle birth. I had saw the difference between um, not following a diet and following this diet. Like I said on my previous video, I had 6 children, and on my last 2 pregnancies, I used the Gentle Birth Method book. And this is one of the reasons I want to share it with you, because I think it's very important. Um, uh, and Big babies means and to a higher incidence of complicated birth. So try to think this very hard. If you don't want to have or put your child on stress or put yourself on that situation, I think if we compromise ourselves just for 35 weeks, it will be really worth it. Uh, by us not getting weight, there is a less chance that we suffer from postnatal depression, because we don't have to put in our to-do list to go back to our normal figure, because we won't be overweight. Mm, like I mentioned on my previous video, that this is not about losing weight or or, or, um, have hunger. It's all about no don't eat not eating certain foods like wheat, like sugar, carbohydrated sugars. In this includes pudding, chocolate, or bread, and in the last month, gluten. And I'm going to explain to you what causes these different uh, food, what can cause it if you eat them. Wheat, for example, creates water retention, and as a result congested the vaginal tissues, restricting the cervix from gentle opening and widening. And sugar, for example, creates by chemical process that release energy, and the body find difficult to neutralize those these and this attacks the connective tissues like muscles, tendons, and ligaments. And when you are pregnant, you need your pelvis to be the ligaments on your pelvis be really flexible. So avoiding sugar and sugary foods can prevent toxins being deposited on your pelvis on your cervix and your uterus and pelvic structure. And I would like to read to you something that Dr. got her experience on the NHS. And she said, when I was working as an obstetrician in an NHS hospital, the same thing happened every night when I was on call. I will wake up from my sleep to attend a mother with complications. The midwives will tell me, this baby has been in labor for 24 hours. She's now been pushing for 2 hours and the baby's stuck. I will do a vaginal examination and find that the tissues were congested and swollen around the baby's head. The baby's head was squashed and molding, and all around it was oedema, water retention, creating an obstruction. It was ghastly, and the only option was to apply forceps and drag the baby out. I think I was quite a skilled operator and tried to be as gentle as I could, but this situation necessitates an episteme, and I despair of having to carry out this pressure on women night after night. And with my child number 4, I was really overweight, and the reason maybe is because I am, and she mentioned it here as well. I was eating things that I shouldn't be eating too much. Um, well, I cannot mention, but I started labor, or I was in labor for 2 days. Imagine that. And it was really painful. I really struggled, and I think I think the baby also suffered because it's a long time to be in your mom be overstressed, and the baby feels all that. So I think if we commit ourselves for just 35 weeks following this, you and your baby will be really rewarded. And she said, here is where she talks about, for example, how in China, a woman working in the paddy fields commonly squatted down and delivering their babies within the hour. Why? The reasons are simple enough. But squatting and rising as they work all day, they naturally encourage the baby into the optimal fetal position, and this exercise also aids lymphatic drainage with the pelvis and increases their pelvis mobility. Uh, and she gives also an example here for a Filipino lady who was naturally petite. She can't have been any taller than 5 foot, but she was grossly overweight. She had been in labor for 18 hours and was still only 3 to 4 dilated. The baby's head was high up. Her whole uterus was like a mound, and the labor was clearly not progressing any further. I inquired about her diet and learned that since coming to England, she has started eating food that was alien to her native diet, such as bread, sausages, and pate, and she has been eating too much of it. The results had she had to have a cesarean to deliver an 11 pounds baby when, according to her friend, she should have had a 6 to 7 pounds baby. So this is why I really encourage you to get this book and follow it. We grow with the receive receive the wisdom that pregnancy affords you to have the guilty opportunity to eat whatever you like, but this is not really the case. It is sometimes is if you are feeling that craving, try to remember this. If you follow this book, you will have a blooming pregnancy and a gentle, controlled birth. And it's something that you can achieve by with focus, commitment, and belief. You have to think that you are strong and that you and build that confidence in you. Forget all about that other people tell you about pregnancy or about how you should or not should or don't do. Yes, people around you, sometimes your mom, she will know what to do, but sometimes not. So if this is a book that has been um, written by professional people that they know what they are talking about. They 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 want on their best well, they are looking yourself as a woman, and they want the best for you and your baby. So here on on my video, I will talk about the um, underneath. I will let you know the foods to avoid. And on my next video, I would like to talk to you about some nutritional supplements and herbal supplements that you should have. Thank you for watching this and see you on my next video.